So what I'm going to present to you are some topics and just concepts related to exercise and how do we know when it's okay to take the person to the next step. What I always tell people is that, I will typically take people 1 or 2 steps beyond where I think they can achieve and see if they can achieve it, and if they can't, I step it back. Because what I tend to find is that people will achieve that, or I step it back 1 step, which is still beyond where I would have been initially. Does that make sense? And the thing that you see with that, and what the studies show with that, is that outcomes are better. The episode of care is shrunk down, and the outcome is improved, okay? So as a profession, we are being guided by our outcomes. Did you know that? I think I mentioned that last time, right? Okay, and it is fast approaching, folks. Very fast approaching. I met with the clinical prediction model committee chair at the combined sections meeting. And some of the things coming down the pike for our profession are going to hold our profession much more accountable than we've been held accountable to before. And one of the pieces that we're going to be held accountable to is the ability to produce outcomes in a shorter episode of care. Because if you look at the research and you look at the longevity of the research, that episode of care could probably be a little bit shorter and have a better outcome. But what happens, I think, is that we get busy, right? We all get busy, and we forget to look at the exercise program Mrs. Jones has done, and maybe we haven't progressed it. So how do we progress it? How do we take these concepts and integrate them into our rehabilitation protocols to make it push to the next level, okay? So that's part of what I'm going to present now, and then what Robbie's going to present right after that are some different ways to look at it that you can put it into exercise routines, okay? And how do you incorporate full body stuff when you are training for foot and ankle? That's one reason I put that article up there about the glute medius and metatarsal stress fractures. The reason I put that up there is it's justification for all of us to make sure that we're working the whole kinetic chain. Because I don't know about you, but I've had those calls from Blue Cross Blue Shield claims reviewers, right? Looking at my chart, and I have some PT who's not practicing probably 15 or 20 years who's been just reviewing claims trying to tell me what I should be doing with my patient. And when I cite a study, or I cite multiple studies and say this is what the research tells me, so you're telling me that I should not do evidence-based practice? Is that what you're telling me? No, that is evidence-based practice. So it will give you the tools as well to help justify many of the things that we do.